Okay, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. Hey guys, it's Ty, and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, I am a spiritual healer, intuitive leader, inspirational teacher. So with that being said, I'm just a messenger. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. It's going on 10:45 p.m. and it's Friday, April 1st, 2022. So good evening, good morning to those of you who are in the chat and who have been waiting. It is a new month and it is going on the rest of this year. So with that being said, I hope you guys are following me on my Instagram and my Twitter at Ty_guidance. And for my personal social media, you guys can follow me at Ty_bold. So that being said, for today's video, we're going to go ahead straight ahead into it, guys, because I'm not feeling too well. It is a little bit later in the day. And the video that we're going to be talking about for today and for this month, I just want to come on here and let you guys know that we're going to be going with the flow. So for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for having your notifications on. Thank you guys for following me as well as being patient. And for those of you who are returning, like I said, on this channel, I suggest and advise information. I speak from place of experience. If not, I do like to educate you guys by letting you guys know that there's no right or wrong way to live your life, as well as educating you guys by using natural resources, as well as using our Akashic records, as well as everyday experiences from the dictionary and the source. So that being said, I do not tell people what to do or how to feel. I do suggest and advise information, and there's no right or wrong way to live your life. So you guys, I'm not a mukbanger, but I do have my dinner. Okay. As you guys can see, I got an IV earlier, so I hope everyone's having a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, as well as staying hydrated and drinking plenty of water. You guys, I do not feel well. It is also that time of month for me, and I had a procedure done. I had 2 procedures done earlier this morning, and I have one tomorrow morning. So really quickly, I just want to start off by saying that for this month and the rest of this year, I just want everyone to continue to go with the flow, meaning do not be so hard on yourself. Something that I'm realizing about myself is that in life, I'm only going to get older. And because I'm only going to get older in life, I'm not about to stress myself out. I'm not about to worry. I'm not about to panic. I'm not about to associate. I'm not about to entertain. I'm not about to acknowledge or even allow people, places, and things that are no longer resonating with me to make me feel less than or focus on. So going with the flow for this month, I'm taking my time. Like I said, I don't feel good. I suggest and advise to you guys, whenever you don't feel good, to stay hydrated, making sure if you have like medicine, you exercise, you stretch, and just taking care of your body. Like that's the most important thing in life is your physical body. I do not care what anybody says. If you're a physical and material person, congratulations. You're not the only person in the world who can, purchase anything that's physical material. The more you attach yourself to items, people, places, and things, the more you'll feel as though that you're not satisfied or validated. One thing I realized when it comes to going with the flow is going with the flow with yourself. So like me physically, because I'm on my cycle and I do not feel well, I'm not about to overwork myself. I don't need or have a desire to be in a race nor competition. So another thing I want to suggest and advise when it comes to going with the flow is being yourself. You do not have to go out your way to be anything extra other than yourself. I come on here, I look the way that I do, I feel the way that I do, and I'm okay with that. If that is not for you, I suggest and advise that you don't, watch people, places, and things that are not for you, and just being mindful of what you are watching. Like what you focus on is what you're going to attract, as well as mentally, emotionally, and feel. So if you're focusing on people, places, and things that are not resonating with you, the only person who's going to be, invalid or feel less than or not appreciative is going to be you. So y'all, this rice tastes good. I'll make sure I put some salt and pepper, okay? Just make sure that when it comes to you going with the flow and you living your life, that you live your life for you. Like I don't wake up for nobody. There's nobody in this world, and I mean nobody in this world that makes me feel like I have to be something or I have to be somewhere. Like if people are doing things and they're not helping you, they're not suggesting and advising information, and they're not trying to better you, you tell them congratulations and that you have a nice day. You don't worry about people, places, and things that are not helping you. If people are taking from you and they're not able to give, people are not trying to understand you, if people are not trying to be patient with you, cut those people off. It is a new month, which means it's a new year. So You guys, I did not eat all day, okay? So if I'm snacking and that bothers you, once again, you should not be watching people and places and things that don't align with you. Obviously, you guys, I'm very ladylike. I don't like to talk with food, but I don't feel good and I'm myself. Like, it going into April and being a new year, me being 25 years old, I'm not worrying about anybody who's not worried about me. So if you're not trying to align with me, if you're not trying to grow with me, if you're not trying to understand me, if you're not trying to elevate with me, there's nothing that we have to talk about. Okay. People spend so much time and energy worrying about everybody else. You cannot worry about everybody else or what other people think about you if you don't even worry about yourself. You cannot go with the flow. You cannot live your life. You cannot be abundant if you're worried about everybody else, especially if these people are not helping you in any type of way. So really quickly, you guys, I'm about to make a thumbnail. I'm about to let people know that I am currently on live right now so they can see. And that was really loud. So just understand that when it comes to going with the flow, there's no right or wrong way. So as you guys know, because I suggest and advise information, I want you guys to take your time this month. Like literally take some time to yourself. Like I want to suggest and advise that you guys start spending some alone time and spending time with you. If you feel like you can't be alone by yourself or appreciate your own company, what I want to suggest and advise is you start going with the flow. We are only one person. We can only do so much anyways. It doesn't make sense to overwhelm yourself. It doesn't make sense to stress yourself out. And it doesn't make sense to keep up with people, places, and things that you're no longer associated with. And there's nothing wrong with that. If the people that are in your environment cannot accept the fact that you want to grow, that you're healing, that you need time to your space and time to yourself and making space for yourself, I suggest and advise you be mindful of who you're surrounding yourself with. Like, it is 2022. We don't have to tolerate anything that's not worthy of our time and energy. Like, I'm not about to tolerate anybody and anything who's not willing to be patient with me or understand that when it comes to me bettering myself, that it is me that has to better myself. A lot of people, one thing I want to suggest and advise when it comes to going with the flow is that being available. Don't be so available to people. Like, if people want to support you, they're going to support you. Like how people are coming in and out the chat. If people want to watch my videos, they're going to find me. If you're new, welcome. Once again, I suggest and advise information. My videos are not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. I don't want to be for everybody. I'm for myself and those who choose to support me and support themselves. Like, and that is okay. In order for you to go with the flow, you have to be in tune with yourself. And all of last year, I physically isolated myself. And I turned 24 last year. And at first, the end of 23, 24. So the end of 23, 24, I relocated. And I started to get back to how I used to be. So like from the ages 20 up until 22, I went through a lot. And then from 22 to 24, getting myself, regrouping myself back together and realizing how much energy, time that I invested into people and places, things that were not for me, that were not allowing me to go with the flow. Like anything that's for you, you don't have to work hard to get. You don't have to work hard. If something, for example, if you're meant to move, you're meant to get approved for that house for the first time, you're not going to have difficulties. You may have delay and you may have options and you may have to put in work and it may take time. But just because something takes time doesn't mean it's not for you. Learning to be patient. In order for you to go with the flow, you have to be patient with yourself. Like, I say this all the time. I have a really sense darker humor, but like, you guys, what are you rushing for? I know so many people that rush to go places in the car when they drive. Like me, I've been in too many car accidents to the point where when I drive like an old man. I drive the exact speed limit. Why? Why am I in a rush to go somewhere? If you leave on time and there are other people in the car and on the road, you can't control the traffic. You can only control how you drive, and you want to be mindful of the people around you. But why would you risk your life just to get to where you need to be? Because now you're gonna get into an accident, something bad happens, and now you're in a worse situation, or a situation that you could have prevented. Like learning to be patient. In order for you to go with the flow, you got to be at ease. Like you should do things subtly. So hold on, you guys. I'm going to take a thumbnail. Get this water in. Okay. So you guys can see the chicken in the thumbnail. Okay. So hold on, you guys. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just trying to eat my food really quickly so I can talk. So that's the only reason why I haven't mute. I haven't eaten all day, you guys, and like I said, I had 2 procedures. I've been up since 7 or 8 o'clock this morning. I'm not feeling too well, but that's fine. When it comes to like going with the flow, when it comes to you being yourself, you don't, like I said, have to rush. Like people will speed and race to get to places, and it's like, where are you racing to? Where are you going? You racing to your grave? Learn to live life. Learn to be in the present moment. The more you learn to be in the present moment, the more you will realize like the things that, why is it so loud, you guys? You will realize that you have no rush and that you have more than enough time to do whatever it is that's for you. Like I said, whatever is for you, it's not gonna go nowhere. And the more you take time to go with the flow, the more you will realize. All right. I'm not worried about nothing, okay? Neither should you guys. Like, When it comes to you living your best life, it's for you to live your best life. It's for you to do what works for you. Not because someone told you to. If you don't know what you want to do with yourself, that's fine. You shouldn't feel pressured or overwhelmed or feel like you're in a race or in a competition to live your life. When breathing is free and everyone can't breathe on their own. So it's like, really be patient, learning to be grateful, learning to do things gracefully. Like I said in the beginning of this video, if people are not willing to understand you, if people are not willing to meet you halfway, remove yourself. Because when it comes to you going with the flow, you have to flow. Like, if your mind is all over the place, if your thoughts are all over the place, your emotions are all over the place, how can you go with the flow? How can you realize what's working for you and what's not if you're stressed, if you're having anxiety, if you're suffering from depression? How are you going to heal? Because it's a choice. It's an option. People don't have to heal, but for anybody to come across this channel, you're here for a reason. If not, ask yourself, why am I watching these videos? Because I know it's not to see me eat some chicken and some rice. Ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Are my decisions helping me grow, or they make me feel some type of way? And that's another thing. When it comes to going with the flow, you gotta be able to understand how you feel. Like, the more time I make for myself, the more time I take for myself, the more I'm realizing, like, how do I feel about certain situations? Like, one thing I want to suggest and advise when it comes to going with the flow is allowing yourself to feel. Like, whether it's negative, positive, why you gotta scream, yell, or shout, it doesn't matter. In order for you to like heal and understand the sense of direction, you gotta be able to interpret and process like what it is that you're going through. And not allowing, like I said, anybody that's not trying to understand you or going through what you're experiencing make you feel bad about it. Like, when people suggest and advise information to you, be mindful of who's suggesting and advising information, how it makes you feel, and what they're saying. Like, just because somebody said something to you doesn't mean you have to agree. Just because somebody says something to you doesn't mean it's true. I tell you guys all the time, use your discernment. Like, or just because somebody does something and it works for them doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. Like, in order for you to go with the flow, you have to realize, like, okay, how does this make me feel? Like, in order for me to go with the flow, I'm taking more time to myself. Like, I'm being a lot more patient with myself. Like, when it comes to my reactions and my response, for me, what's helped me along my journey, what's helping me right now, is to be mindful of like how I respond. Like, when somebody says something or when somebody does something that I disagree with or don't like or don't understand, you don't have to say anything immediately. Really take time and ask yourself, is this affecting me in a positive way or is this affecting me in a negative way? If someone's rushing you, if someone's like making you feel like you're on their time, if people can't have the same energy for you that you would for them, really, just reflect and realize, like, is this worth my time and energy? Like, in order to go with the flow, you have to understand your time and energy, because your time and energy is all that you have. When it comes to you living your life isn't meant for you to live. Like, nobody gets to live your life for you. Granted, when most of us were children, we were provided structure and discipline and obedience by our guardians. And our guardians did the best they could, whether they were in our life or they weren't. And then as you grow older to become the person that you always meant to be, you're able to make decisions and choices for yourself. So it's like, in order for you to go with the flow, being responsible, being mindful of the decisions that you're making, are they helping you grow, or is it something that you have to continue to learn from? And regardless of your answer, understand what it is that you're doing. Understand what it is that you're saying. And process it. Like, if I wasn't feeling good today and I didn't want to do anything, I'm not going to do anything. You don't have to work hard to do something you enjoy. You don't have to feel like, oh, I have to go to work if you're going somewhere where you want to be. If you're going somewhere and you don't want to be, ask yourself, is this worth my time and energy? Like, in order to go with the flow, you got to take a step back. Like, really take a step back and just, how I'm eating this chicken, the way this chicken was made, you got to let it marinate. In order for you to go with the flow, you got to allow things to marinate. You can't be in a rush. You can't be in a hurry. Because once again, where are you going to? Your grave? I don't want you guys to rush to your grave. So, hold on, you guys. Okay, guys, I know y'all are tired. You must have been hungry. I have not eaten since yesterday because I had to get 2 procedures done. So, yes, I just crushed that chicken. Okay. Do I care? No. Why? Because I'm going with the flow. Okay. Definitely need to wash my hands, you guys. I don't like having to mess and stuff. But this video is gonna be slightly different. Like I said, I'm not a mukbanger or mukbanger. Sometimes I eat my food and I go live. But back to the video, going with the flow. Just really overall for this month, we're not tolerating anybody's bullshit. We're not dealing with people and places and things that don't align with us. So I don't care who it is. I don't care how anybody feels. If you don't feel good and people don't make you feel good, what is the purpose of being in the connection? What's the purpose of being in a relationship? What's the purpose of following people? What's the purpose of supporting people? What is the purpose? In order for you to go with the flow, you have to flow. So the energy that you're putting out, if it's taking too much, if it's making you question, if you're not able to understand, if you don't have a solution and you want to solve it, you need to take some time to yourself. Fall back. Respond to people when you want to respond to them. If people are always wanting from you and they can't give you the same energy, remove yourself. Because it takes 2 people to be a couple. 1 + 1 in the physical world equals 2. So in order for you to go with the flow, like how this water flows, all I gotta do is pick it up. I don't even have to shake it, and you will see because it's liquid. That's how we need to start carrying ourselves. In order for us to go with the flow this month, doing things at pace. So for example, like I wasn't feeling well and I wanted to post 3 videos. I'm posting 2 out of the 3. Things happen. You can't control what other people do. You can't, like I said, that's like when you're driving. Why are you rushing to go somewhere? Anywhere that you have to rush, you're not going to have your undivided attention. And me personally, guys, I don't like being rushed. Sometimes I feel like if I got to be rushed to go somewhere, what's the purpose of me going? Like, take your time. If you can't take your time doing things, you don't even have to do it, or learn to do things for yourself. Like, I'm being extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful that everyone in my life has been removed, and I'm removing people, and I'm dropping people like flies in a heartbeat with no problem, no hesitation. I don't care who you are. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to your peace, when it comes to you healing, it's a choice. And if people can't accept that and if people don't want to get with it, they can get left. Nobody gets to tell you how to feel. So why would you sit here and wait on other people to appreciate you? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a coworker, whether it's a friendship, whether it's your family, it don't matter. In order for you to go with the flow, you gotta have the control and the pace of how things are going. So like how I post my videos, how I'm consistent, doing something I've never done before. I'm not about to sit here and rush. I'm not about to sit here and stress myself out. If people are asking me questions about my channel and not contributing to my channel or do anything to promote my channel, why do I need to respond or even worry? Once again, people spend time and energy worrying, trying to bring others down, worrying about other people, worrying about what, and it's unnecessary. In order for you to go with the flow, you can't be worried about people and places and things that are not aligned with you, trying to help you, trying to elevate you. And I'm saying the same thing repetitively because it's like nothing changed. Like I said, as I get older, I just grow. And that's when it comes to your life. Like that's all you're gonna do in life is just grow. You can't control how people react. You can't control sometimes how situations play out. The best thing I want to suggest and advise when it comes to going with the flow is just being yourself. The more calmer you get, the more patient you become, the more you will realize it's not even worth your time and energy. Like today, I started my cycle. And like usually for me as a woman, I am a little bit more like in tune with my emotions. Like majority of the time I'm not in tune with my emotions. Or like I'm not gonna say I'm not in tune with my emotions because I have emotions. It's just I process them more analytically than I actually do like feeling them. And today I realized I'm gonna feel my emotions and it's okay for me to feel my emotions. And instead of me, going back and forth or crying or whatever it is that I was feeling, I just allowed them to be what they were. Like, don't suppress your emotions. If you need some time to yourself, get some time to yourself to be collective. If you want to talk to somebody about what you're feeling and what you're going through, do that. If not, what you guys already know, I'm going to tell you to do. Should not be touching this, but I'm just showing you guys really quickly. Is get a handy dandy notebook and start writing down how you feel. Write down how you feel. Like you guys know, I have a journal, and I'm going to start writing in it again. I think the last time I wrote in it was, let me see. And after this, I gotta wash my hands because I just ate this chicken, but I have a napkin. So, what was the last time? On February 28th, 2022. So, it is now April 1st, 2022. I'm going to be writing in my journal because my feelings from February up until now has definitely changed. I tell you guys all the time, I like to grow every single day because, once again, where am I in a rush to go? Where am I in a rush to be? Like, stop and exit out any form of distraction. So if it's a people, place, a job, friend, coworker, boss, it doesn't matter. If people are distracting you, you need to cut them off. We don't need any distractions. In order for you to go with the flow, you cannot be distracted. So be mindful of what you're watching, be mindful of what you're entertaining, be mindful of what you're responding in, and be mindful of how you react to situations. Earlier today, like I said, I would have handled my emotions differently, but yesterday, and for those of you who may know, like sometimes as women, we know we're about to start our cycle, we know how we feel. They say PMS, whatever. I was having that yesterday, and I didn't know why until today. And I realized like I can control my emotions. It's not hard to do. It may take some time. Like anything that you've never done before is new. So don't label it hard, don't label it easy, or don't even label it challenging. It's just new. Like learn to accept things for what they are. In order for you to go with the flow, learning to accept things for what they are. Don't make it more than what it is. Like me personally, I do not like being around people who complicate their lives, whether it's verbally, emotionally, financially, or physically. If I say something you gotta drag it out and make it more than what it is. Like I said, you can go ahead and stress yourself out. I'm not about to stress myself out. Okay, guys, I'm 25. I only got a couple of GRAYHAIRS. And anytime I say it, I feel like they GROW. So I'm not even gonna, yeah, okay. But just keep that in mind. In order for you to go with the flow, like I said, making things convenient for you. Like, why are you in a rush to do something that you never done before? Instead of learning how to do it correctly, taking your time and enjoying it. Like if you're not enjoying what you're doing, whether it's eating, sleeping, working out, working, surrounding yourself, going out, what are you doing it for? There's nowhere in life that says if you don't do this that you'll be this. Like that's society. Like, and that's the thing. You can't allow projections of society and people, places, and things that are not aligned with you to make you feel some type of way. Because then you're gonna question your reality. Like I've realized I've always been myself. Like I've always been in tune with myself. I've always been somebody who's been upbeat, outgoing, and confident. One thing I've had to realize is just being, I guess disciplined, consistent, and obedient. That's something that I, had to work on and realize like, okay, if I want things to happen, of course I gotta put time and energy into it. But it takes time and energy to have time and energy. Like, what do I need to rush myself for? Once again, the people who are asking me about what I'm doing, what are they doing? They're not doing nothing for me. And like you really have to really evaluate and be mindful of what you're listening to and, get to know people. Like when it comes to people, I don't overshare my information and I don't just tell people my business because I want people to gossip or think that they can figure me out. No, like I'm not about to sit here and waste my time and energy. It's just like present yourself how you are. If you carry yourself like such, you don't gotta sit here and jump through hurdles and go through 5 interviews and background checks. Like no, because if somebody's gonna cross you, somebody's gonna do you dirty, if someone's gonna be fake, they're in a matter in time, in due time. It only takes a couple of moments, if not you paying attention to their body language and how they talk to figure somebody out or something, their intentions. Like it doesn't take much. Like it does not take much. And as I turned 25, I said this, and I definitely feel like my dad, rest in peace to him, would like when I was younger, my dad, both of my parents were young, but like my dad was very stern as a person, and I used to think like, you know, but it's like no, like people know how they feel, people know what they do. If you're an adult, okay, so anyone over the age of 25, like you know what you do, you know how you feel. Younger people, of course, like I said, I have a little bit more patience for you all, but if you say you're grown, of course, everyone doesn't go through the same situations to make them grown, but people know how they move. So it's just like you forgive people, you hold grudges. That's up to you. Like I don't hold no grudges against nobody. Like I've forgiven every single person. because I'm not perfect. There's some people that I crossed and I had to apologize to, and I apologize. It is what it is. That's like the things I did. In order for you to go with the flow, you gotta accept the past. You gotta accept the past for what it is. Like something I've seen on TikTok, like this one lady said, like people suffer every single day. It's not to sit here and act like, oh, I don't go through nothing. Like the reason why people think I don't go through anything is because how I choose to like carry myself and how I move in real life. Like I said, this internet is just a camera. Like how I am behind the scenes, surprise, voila, okay, same energy. And when I get to where I need to be, same energy. Only thing like I have is physical and material items. Like that doesn't define who I am. And nobody knows you other than you. Like you can't allow people that don't know you to no. They could think whatever they want and let them think whatever they want. Once again, if people are worried about you, like I said, if people asking me questions about me, what you doing with yourself? Like I've always, like I said, been in my own person, been in my own world, been in my own lane. Like it's really disrespectful to look at someone and compare yourself. It's really disrespectful to look at someone and feel like, dang, no, because it's like you can have the same thing too. Like don't ever feel like you got to compare yourself to me or anybody. Especially, please don't compare yourself to me. I'm just saying that because it's no point. But like anybody, like if you see somebody driving a BMW and you want a BMW, are you willing to work for the BMW? Are you willing to ask that person how they got a BMW? Are you willing to take time to realize that you don't have a BMW and that's what you want? If the answers are no, you need to go back to your drawing board and sit with yourself. Accept the fact that if you don't have a BMW, how are you gonna be frustrated? If you start a business, you never started a business before, how you gonna be mad? What is there to be mad about? You're learning how to do something that's not done. Like one thing I had to realize, I've been posting cooking videos, or I posted a cooking video and I posted another video, and like I was learning how to edit. Before I physically started to edit, I used to think mentally, oh, this is gonna be overwhelming because I didn't know how to do it. It wasn't until I did it and I realized all you gotta do is do it. Like that's like taking the first step. Like you're trying to lose weight. You don't gotta sit here and talk about it. You don't gotta sit here and allow people to hype you up or make you feel bad. Whenever you decide to go to the gym and you decide to work out, whether it's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, you got 20-pound weights or 200-pound weights, do what works for you. That's how you go with the flow. You can't worry and allow, like I said, distractions from people, places, and things to like throw you off, because that's what people are gonna do. Like there's some people in life, unfortunately, who choose to be karmics and they choose not to grow and they choose not to heal. But that's not you. If you're not a karmic, that doesn't apply. And everyone could be a karmic. Everyone could be a narcissist. That's what I said. Don't allow these physical attachments. Don't allow the words like how I read the words in the dictionary. Don't allow some words. Don't allow books. That's like when people ask me if I read or if I like words like from the dictionary. Anybody can write a book. Anybody, that's what an author is. Like, don't get so content that you are lost with yourself. Don't allow things that are not aligned with you to figure out who you are. Like supernaturally, I'm just a spirit, you guys. And I say that all the time. Like, this is a supernatural world. So you gotta be in tune with yourself in order for you to heal and figure out what's working for you. Cause like when you flow, you'll flow. Like you don't have to worry, and what other people say about you is not your business. Like people try to figure me out. People say whatever they want to. Like I said, they wasting their energy. That has nothing to do with me. What other people say about me is not my business, and it's not your business. And why would I sit here and worry about what somebody's doing if I have my own life to live? If I have my own issues I gotta fix? If I got certain things to do with myself? How am I supposed to get there if I'm worried about other people, or I'm worried about what other people are gonna say? If people are watching you, they're watching you. Like another thing I see on TikTok, and you guys, I act like I'm 12 years old referring to TikTok, but I think TikTok is very informative, just like any and everything else. Everything has pros and cons. It depends on how you look at it. But like, I think TikTok is very informative because, like this one girl said, like if you're not supporting people, you don't appreciate people, and you dislike them, why are you following them? Like people become mentally ill. People become obsessed. You don't want to be that person. Don't become obsessed with people you don't like, because all you're gonna do now is become a stalker, whether that's online, whether that's in person, whether that's verbally when you have a conversation, because people can feel energy. If you say, you're a part of the spiritual community, like you can feel people energy. So in order to go with the flow, live your best life and take your time, you guys. Like I'm taking my time this whole month. Like how I talk, I'm used to talking fast. What am I talking fast for? I mean, yeah, like that's a culture thing, but like let me breathe. Like, okay, you guys, I'm literally trying to work on my breathing because, okay, breathing is something that a lot of people don't realize that their breathing may be off. Like, I know my breathing is off. Like I said, I had procedures done earlier today. So, going with the flow is you being patient. Going with the flow is you showing up and doing the best you can every single day. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, one thing I want to really like have stuck with you guys, like I said, I try not to like give you guys my opinions, but if I do, it's all out of love because anybody here, of course, is a genuine subscriber. If not, if you're not a new person coming across this page, I don't know why you're here. And that goes for any and anybody. Like, whatever you want to focus on, like, if you just see, like on live, you see someone going live, that's cool. But if you realize these people are not for you, like, don't keep watching people that you are not aligned with. Like, you don't have to keep up with people that you fell out with. Like, me personally, I don't have nothing against anybody I fell out with, but it's like, if we fell out, we fell out. I'm not going to tell your business. I know a lot of people have told my business and done a whole bunch of stuff. It's not my issue. It is not my issue to clear it up. That's nothing. When people fall out with you, when people show you who they are, when people cross you, like I said, because it don't take much to do it, let them go with the flow. That's like controlling your emotions and your thoughts. Like I said on TikTok, like, why keep up with people that you have no business like really trying to learn from or be around? Because the only person who's intimidated and bothered is you. Like, you will never see me follow someone I don't like. You will never have me, be around people. And if even if I don't like them, I learn how to like communicate. I'm not about to sit here and project insecurities. I'm not about to sit here and talk down. Like, if you gotta talk down to get up, stay away from me. If not, I'm gonna come at you and I'm gonna let you know because I'm going with the flow. What do I look like going back and forth with people? Like earlier today, I went to the doctor's office. Like I said, I had procedures done. It was a couple of people in there. Their energy was off. When I was young, certain things, I would say certain things or I would act a certain type of way. Now it's just like, all right, keep it pushing, G. Like, I'm not from Chicago, but they be like, keep it pushing, G. Like, keep it pushing, G. Like, that's my whole thing. We're like gonna push it P. I'm pushing peace in real life. What I look like responding? What do you all look like responding? Like, you got to go with the flow. In order for you to go with the flow, like, you actually got to flow. You can't be out here distracted. You can't be out here allowing things that are not serving you to throw you off because that's what people are going to do. Like, there's a lot of people who are miserable. Like, it's like a crab bucket mentality. And a lot of people who are really like lost and just don't love themselves. Some people do it on purpose because, like I said, they want you to be as low as them. But some of them, they just need help. Like, you just gotta learn how to pray for people. Remove yourself if you choose to, of course. Like I said, I'm not gonna force my beliefs or tell you guys what you can and cannot do. But if you know, you know. You don't gotta sit here and worry about anything. Like, fuck how anybody feels, you guys. And I've been working on not cursing because, once again, like, even though some words have been like repetitively enabled, that doesn't mean that I can't correct myself or catch myself. Because it's like, if you want to do different, you gotta be able to do different, like move differently, emotionally, physically, financially, intuitively. Like, you can't be out here. Somebody wants to talk about my hair. Okay, and it's my real hair. What am I supposed to do about it? If you're not going to sit here and take me to the hair salon, send me some money to get it done, or teach me how to do my hair, what am I going to do about it? Because if I didn't have any hair, people still going to say something. People watching my videos, if you are not watching it to learn, to educate yourself, or, like I said, this is your first time here, I'm not going to tell you to watch my videos. If you choose to watch my videos because you don't have nothing to do, that's on you. But just keep in mind that you're going to want to focus more. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I follow with people, I don't wish them I don't wish them any harm. I wish them well, but it's like no reason for, people to discuss your name and try to speak bad, but it just lets you know people character. Like, so many people crossed me and said a lot of stuff and did a lot of stuff. And it's like, like I said, I don't even have the energy to confront anybody because it's just like, if you felt this way this entire time, why would you around me? If you're jealous, if you're envious, like, because I don't believe in those words. People are, like I said, obsessed. And I know that people are obsessed with me. because it's like being obsessed could be negative or positive, but like how I'm using it is in a negative way. Like me personally, somebody I'm obsessed with is Michael Jackson, but I'm obsessed with him in a positive way. Like I wouldn't talk down on him. God, bless his soul. But I wouldn't talk bad on him. Like anytime I talk about him or Luther Vandross, or as Christian to say Luther Vandross, I don't have nothing negative to say. Like I'm inspiring. I'm telling people, yeah, like I still listen to them. Like I'm supported them because it's just like that's the company you keep. If you don't have nothing nice to say about the company you keep, why are you around these people? You don't have to be around them. And like a lot of people say things they don't mean. Like you don't believe in yourself and you sit here telling people stuff, why would they listen to you? You don't even listen to yourself. And of course, once again, I'm not perfect, but I'm here to vocalize that in order to let people know like how to go with the flow and that it is okay to learn and it is okay to make certain decisions and it is okay to not know everything, but hold yourself accountable. I tell you guys all the time, if you like these videos, if you dislike these videos, if you want to tell me something, if I can learn something, hold me accountable. If I'm not posting, I say I'm going to post, hold me accountable. That's another reason why I am posting, not for validation, not to prove a point. Like a blue check doesn't define who I am. A million subscribers doesn't define who I am. A million subscribers is just a million people who are subscribed. A blue check is just, I don't even know what the blue check is for, but in order for you to go with the flow, you got to go with the flow and you got to go with the flow on your flow. Like, don't worry about other people. If you're a beach, let that water, okay? If you are a water bottle, let the water move naturally. You don't have to sit here and, you saw that? Like when you shake water versus when you just pick it up or you just go back and forth. You don't got to do all that. You got to add all that pressure. If you pressure, you pressure. And other people know that you pressure. So, like, for example, when I was young, like I said, because I never really interpreted or took the time to feel invalidated by other people or validated by other people, that when people said and did things, like I either acknowledge it or I let it go. And I still have the same energy, but it's just like be mindful of like what people are saying and doing to you. People know your value. People think they can find better. If you think the grass is greener, go ahead. Make sure you cut your grass and make sure your lawn is mowed at all times. And once you stand there, keep the same energy. Like in order to go with the flow, you gotta keep the same energy. So I'm gonna end this video in 3 minutes unless somebody decides to join in. But make sure you guys are following me on Instagram and Twitter at Ty_guidance. Okay, you guys, I did crush that chicken. Like I said, I haven't eaten all day. And yeah, you guys, I have another channel where I went to the grocery store and I did a part 1 vlog. I definitely gotta do a part 2. And I gotta go back to the grocery store, you guys, and get some things. So I'm not gonna say when that video is gonna be up, but if I find out anything, I will let you guys know. Definitely will let you guys know. But just go with the flow, like live your best life. Don't rush to do anything. Don't worry about people and places and things that are not for you. If people make you feel bad, if people got you second guessing yourself, if you're around people, places, and things that you're not able to control, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't sit here and give your undivided attention to things that are not mutually giving you the same respect or the same undivided attention. Like, take your time. That's how you go with the flow. In order for you to go with the flow, you got to take your time. You got to be patient. You got to be gentle. And that's another thing. I'm starting a challenge. And once I complete the challenge, because I'm going to complete it, I'm going to come back and tell you guys what it is that I did. But like, hold yourself accountable. You are all that you have. Your inner child, your third eye, consciously, subconsciously, it's all one. It's all you. It's been you. How you were born as a baby. I mean, physically, if you change your appearance, of course, you can look different. But like how you were as a child, that's how you are now. You just got older. You got a little bit taller. You probably gained some weight. And if you didn't, okay. There's no perfect way to live in your life. There's no right or wrong way to live your life. So in order for you to go with the flow, you got to accept things for what they are. You got to accept yourself. And it takes time. Like I said, take your time. Healing takes time. Like mentally, it took me 4 years to understand death of mine. And I've experienced death. I've experienced loss. Like that's another thing. I have gone through things in my life that I never exposed myself to. And I had to realize like I suffered a lot. And because I am somebody who does keep it pushing in real life, really taking the time to feel how I feel and like releasing it, because it's like one thing I realized it was really helping me along my journey when it comes to going with the flow is actually releasing it. Like if you're gonna let something go, let it go. Like it should not be able to hinder your mind or your physical, emotional, or physical, material, or financial growth. Like if you're letting something go, let it go. If you're not ready to let it go, then that means you still have some time to like heal. That means you still have some time to go back to the drawing board. That means you still gotta, make some time for yourself. Like learning to let things go and letting it be for what it is. Like that's something that I've struggled with, is learning to let things go and like move on. Like if you're gonna say you're gonna let it go, if you're gonna close the door, if you're gonna burn the paper, because like you don't gotta burn bridges, you can walk over them. Like why would I burn a bridge if I could cross it? You feel me? You don't always gotta burn bridges, you always gotta, what I'm saying. But if you want to sit here and have that attitude, just keep in mind of that. Keep in mind of, like I said, what you're doing, good or bad. Like everybody's responsible for themselves, whether you want to acknowledge that or not, or whether you're aware of it or not. The sooner you can acknowledge it, the sooner you can, be aware of it, the better for you. But until then, don't feel bad. Like if you've seen other people your age or people doing stuff, and like I said, they're not trying to help you or influence you or encourage you, like what is the purpose of them telling you what they're doing, what they're not doing? Like, especially if it's people that's not on your level. Like so many people who are not on my level always got something to say. And I'm not better than anybody, but it's the fact that I know what I do in real life and they know what I do in real life. Like people will say whatever they want. Energy is always gonna speak. Spirit is always gonna present itself before you fix your face. Like if somebody feels some type of way, pay attention. Their body language, how they talk, how they move, how they respond. The energy is gonna speak before they do. That's like if somebody don't like something and you say something to somebody, they fix their face. Mhm. Or they roll their eyes, or they don't move, or they're moving too much, or you know what I'm saying? The energy is always gonna speak. So in order for you to go with the flow, you gotta take your time, you gotta live your best life and do what works for you. So if these videos are resonating with you, like I said, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below, make sure you subscribe, make sure your notification bells are on. And if they're not, live your best life, okay? Because when you focus on people, places, and things that are not for you, you will become, feeling like you may become obsessed, as well as it's gonna make you feel some type of way. So it's like if people are trying to outdo you, people look at you as competition, ask yourself, why are these people in competition? How can you compete with somebody that's not you? Delusional. You guys know I use that word all the time. Delusional. Do not be delusional when it comes to your life. If somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, that's a you thing. If you're not able to talk to that person and really confide, because here's the thing, when people are intimidated by me or have been intimidated, and I was aware, I confronted them. If you want to sit here and act like you're not and say what you're not, once I already peeped the energy, you're gone. I'm not giving no second chances. Like second chances are meant to be given when they're deserved. You don't just give out second chances just to give out to people. Once somebody crosses you, that's it. You don't, like I said, and it's not gonna take long. It don't even take like you could some people like that supernaturally that are intuitive know if you know you can feel it immediately. If you're not able to talk, like for example, there are a lot of people I come across because I'm at a, like I said, a certain level, a certain point in my life. If we're not able to talk out our differences, if we're not able to accept the fact that we're not always gonna see eye to eye, or that we're trying to, grow, or that we both could be stubborn or whatever it is, go about your day. Go about your day. Like you want to be calm in order for you to go with the flow. You can't be out here stressing. How you stressing and you going with the flow? How you worried and you going with the flow? Like I've been had this attitude. It's just I gotta, keep reminding myself and keep pushing. Like you're gonna get tested. You're gonna have people say and do things. Like I've been getting tested since the beginning of this year. That's the purpose of the test. That's how you become obedient. You have to pass the test. You have to go through tests in order to pass. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you may have, certain information flare back up or emotions flare back up, but be aware that like me personally, even though I have certain emotions flare back up and emotions come back to me, I'm aware and I'm able to be like, you know what, let me calm down, let me breathe, let me relax, or let me talk to somebody that I can find in. If not, I take some time to myself. When I feel like doing something, I'm gonna do it. If I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit here and worry myself out and stress myself out just because somebody else feels some type of way. kick rocks, okay? And that's what you need to tell people, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Live your life and don't forget to say hello.